I got some great news. I got some great news. We are playing against the Atlanta Hawks in NBA 2K20. One of the most recent and newest games for basketball, and the only game that represents for basketball itself. The team has been doing pretty good in the last couple 40 games. Last 5 games, I'm scoring almost 100 points and more if you do the rounding up. I'm playing at a USG percent 72%. I am about to be breaking Billboard numbers and hitting a name in this game, Wilt Chamberlain, and I'll be trying to catch him. Plus, I'm going to be doing the daily bonus, hitting 10 corner threes. And we are going against one of the most brightest stars in the league, Trae Young himself. That represents for the Atlanta Hawks right now for the point guard spot. He made it to the All-Star game, and he's considered an All-Star. We're now getting into the season. And this is probably the second time we have seen them so far. I'm in my second season after my rookie year. A lot of changes has happened. DeMarcus Cousins is on this team. Bryant is on this team from the Washington Wizards. And they still got their shooter, Herder, or Hunter. White, they call him Velvet. His nickname is Velvet. But in this series, I'm going to be showing you, while this is the second time seeing them, we have taken a loss from them. But this is not just any ordinary game. This is just going to show you how bad a team really can be. In these circumstances, you are not able to tap out of a game that is going to be a blowout. The NBA has come down to a conclusion. If you're going to get beat, you're going to do it standing up with the representatives of who you're going to be representing or whatever team you are playing. You cannot tap out. The coach cannot tap out. You are playing until the buzzer is over between the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. But I'm going to show you guys something pretty lit. Can you guys count how many threes and how much greens I was able to hit all together? And if you come up with the right answer, I got a prize for you in store. So most of you guys know that I don't really play 2K that much. And I will tell you guys, my season throughout last year and this year, we're actually in 2K21 in this one. But in 2K20, when I was actually playing throughout the season, I never had a good season. I didn't win a ring. I went to the All-Star game. I was not the All-Star player. And a lot of situations happened. I'd even get Rookie of the Year. Taking my time and just adjusting to the game. Grinding. Working on it. Adjusting. Finding my shots. Finding good reads. Making sure that I'm always in the right place to get my shot. The position I play is a power forward. I'm 6'7". And I'm a 3-level scorer. That means I can shoot from the 3-point line. I could get a mid-range jump shot. And I most likely can take it to the hole. I was hitting my butt in so hard to making some of these plays happen, man. The game sucks you into the baseline and makes you actually step out of bounds when you don't want to step out of bounds. You want to be in that corner. But just knowing how I was able to get my shot off, the defense was smothering myself. My player was really having an issue. Most of you guys know who Shifu is, and this is the same gentleman that started from since 2017 NBA 2K17. Shifu. I continued with this storyline, and I continue with this story with this player and this character because I feel that most people don't know that throughout the most time I've been playing this game, my character has always been Asian. I don't see a lot of Chinese and Asian characters in the game in general, and that's what makes me stand out a little bit more. So how would you be able to forget somebody who looks so different compared to everybody else? That's the one thing that I was always looking towards. Always being so different compared to what everybody else is. Standing out as your own individual character. I didn't use a facial scan. I pretty much made him as basic as what he is since the time that I've been playing NBA 2K17. But the Flying Dragon usually is another character that was throughout many of the storyline of NBA 2K. He was a part of it, and his name was the Red Dragon, and you have to play him throughout the time. You know what I mean? I got my inspiration from Chamberlain, and I definitely liked watching him when I was coming up in the game and just playing and seeing what he was able to perform. But the one thing about it is that I'm just giving you a background story about my character in general, and while you guys are watching what is happening and taking place. This is the highest scoring game I have ever had in NBA 2K in general. You guys will see more, and you guys will see more and more and more good games in general, because I want to show you guys the most latest content. I don't want to show you guys the number completely, because you guys got to see how far it can go. If you have a number in your head, I want you to think about it and place it below in the chat to let me know how far do you think I actually had to climb before I actually hit the cap. And that's no cap. So at the end of the day, the Atlanta Hawks was a serious team. I ended up losing to them in the season, and it was not really nice. Trae Young had a great game. I can't film that. I couldn't show you anything. Just as much as I scored 100 points in the rec, but I forgot to put up the video and whatnot, save it and stuff, because it was just natural. It just felt so natural to me. It just felt so natural. Just like this. And at the end of the day, I'm going to show you guys something pretty sweet. And I hope you guys enjoy it. You guys see what I'm going to be capable of doing, and what open shots look like, and contested shots look like, what corner specialist looks like. And likewise, do you not know that long range extender goes into corner specialists? So between the time being of keeping a corner specialist and a range extender, they pretty much go in the same thing. If you take a look at it, just a moment, just take a look at it. And most of my shooting badges are on Hall of Fame. I am so blessed with knowing that my character was able to do something like this. And if you have never scored anything higher than this is your chance to actually do it. You will get a lot of points for doing these situations. And falling in love with your jump shot is one of the things that is not bad. You are learning how to shoot in a game that is giving you the capability of making you shoot. Shooting is not a bad part of the game. It's a blessing to shoot. Having hands that you can be able to knowing how to get your pinpoint jump shot at one time and how you could get it is not a bad thing. It just means that you are comfortable with defense or no defense in general. It actually makes your game much more broader in a sense, where you can score all across the court. But I'm going to show you 3-pointers, mid-range jump shots, and one plays. You know what I mean? Beautiful dunks, all that great stuff. But before we go there and you see these things, I have not edited anything out of this. I didn't cut anything out of this in general, just actually the scoring and whatnot. I just let it run. So from what you guys are seeing, it seems like nothing is really missing, pretty much, when you look at it. I hardly missed in this game. I was not missing at all. I was in the zone. Being in the zone is completely, totally different when you are not in the zone. When you are in the zone, it just means you have a different type of aspect of how you guess all your shots. Guess all your shots. Because when you pick a spot on the floor and you know your catch and shoot is ready, my catch and shoot is on Hall of Fame. I don't need to dribble because as soon as I dribble, I kill that rhythm. But with my badge, I think it gives me much more of a ability where I can do more than one thing. I'm pretty upset not knowing that I can't get difficult shots, because if I could get difficult shots on my character, I would probably be a little bit more godly-like. I'm not gonna lie to you. This character right here is by far the most prolific player that I ever had in my entire situation. I made a character who can drive, shoot, and he can basically dribble and rebound and have some layup packages too. So the only thing that I'm missing right now is the speed. But, you know, going throughout the gym and whatnot and choosing drills like the treadmill or the ladders or the rope to accelerate, like to get your acceleration up or whatnot. These things will help you, because all I got to tell you is if you have a speed of 83, you pretty much will get a speed boost. But from what you guys have seen on the screen, I just passed Wilt Chamberlain for the all-time scoring in a season. For most people who don't know, that number is huge, and I'm not even done my season yet. I've been going on a mad streak scoring 100 points games, trying to get this, like, just get this award. But the whole point about it is I never actually was thinking about it. I was just playing the game, and I actually was able to hit those pinpoint numbers. I have 75 points at the half. What is your number that you choose that you think is going to be the final number? Even though my thumbnail shows a random number there and it just shows a broad number of what it is, what happens if I do pass it? Is that going to be amazing? But for my channel, I feel like this is going to be something amazing to me, because I feel like I can probably do a little bit more. I'm going to even get closer to pushing it to 200 probably for the next time. So at the end of the day, I broke so many records. I broke the 3-point record, all-time 3-point record. I broke a season record with how many points you can score in a season. And this is just one of those games that you just got to remember that you can't let this go for granted. I had games where I messed up and I didn't save it, and I double clicked it, and I had a problem because, you know, when, you know, 2K or, you know, just in general, when you're trying to save something, you hit the option button and then you get ready for it to load in. I had situations where I wanted to save things, and I wanted to save it, to be totally honest, and I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and it did not load. It didn't pop up where I can click square. I was so upset some of the times of the things that I seen when I was actually being able to do this stuff. I missed a lot of footage. And I know I'm not the only one. And I know I'm not the only one. But for now, I have to settle with what I got. And this was not something I planned for. I was just playing. This right here might have been by far the biggest blowout in the season in NBA history for the Atlanta Hawks, acquiring DeMarcus Cousins and Bryant from the Washington Wizards. A lot of teams have made a lot of switches. We have Fournier on our team. We have Robeson on our team. We just lost the big story and big name character Graham. We lost him. We still have Zeller. A lot of stuff is changing in the management. I asked management to put more characters that want to win around us, and like not saying anything else about players in general. I never had a player in general in mind. But tell me if you guys feel the same thing about the gameplay in the game. You know what I mean? I feel that when I play against certain teams, like this team's defense wise is not the best. It is not the best. Their offense is not the best. And I felt like there was a lot of situations where it was still contested and I could still miss. But I took my opportunities and I was making everything count. And I'm showing you these badges, and I wonder, when you put a badge on and you try to accomplish the situation when you are trying to get that badge and use it, do you guys sometimes have that problem where it doesn't actually pop up and show you like you're using the badge? Because for me, I kind of don't see those things pop up when I'm looking at my area where it's like A+, and I'm kind of looking at it and I'm just like, is the badge being used, or like is it showing? Like, I don't know. Most of the time I don't know if some of the badges pop up, and I don't know if it's only for a certain period of a certain trait. Like, you know what I mean, you have passing and handling, defense, shooting, and you have finishing. Okay, 4 categories. So I wonder, for all those categories, you know what I mean, you got to take to consideration, like, you know, how are they going to be able to put every situation and show you that your badge is working every single situation? Next thing, I had a situation when I went into the rec. I know it's like we're just talking about NBA 2K in general, man. I have a situation where if I don't guard my man in this situation, I get penalized, and I continuously get leaving open. Okay? I hope you see where I'm going with this. When I go to the rec and then I leave my man open and I'm down the other side, I could be on the opposite side getting ready for a cherry pick in general. My man and my rating does not switch and does not leverage down or up in the situation. And I wonder what is going on when it comes down to that type of situation, because like, I leave my man open for a time being, and he legit gets my whole grade average to go down so quickly. But in rec, that doesn't work. You know what I mean? I just don't understand how that works. So I guess that certain rules apply in certain places and certain ways. It's kind of funny to me, to be totally honest. And as I'm keep on climbing, am I reaching the number that you have actually touched before? Have you already climaxed in knowing that I passed it? And do you play on 12 minutes? Because I have had situations where I played My Nation and I played for 5 minutes and I scored 60 points at most. But when I look on there, people are scoring 150 something or 125 something, 125 in My Nation. And I kind of wonder to myself, I'm like, how is that possible in 5 minutes? So I can actually say from like, you know, in general, this is history. This is legit history. Like, legit. If I didn't miss most of those little shots, I would have had a chance to break the 2-0-0. But for the most part, these greens were insanely well put together. That corner specialist, spacing, getting the ball at the right time, catch and shoot, utilizing open ability or open opportunities, and really finding your shot is really what you need to do. And I feel that no matter if you were a shooter, it doesn't matter if you get a 3 or 2, as long it goes in and it's very, very much perfect. Because when it gets to green lights, you can't get perfect than that. I have a couple videos that are going to be coming out with bloopers with situations where green lights are missing. And this is where 2K goes so crazy. And my thing about this game is just that I like to play efficient. I like to play very, very up-tempo and keep the pace around the players that are passing the balls and whatnot. And I can still make a pass back and continue with that give and go situation. And this is a nice opportunity for anybody who's like pretty much looking to get shooting down pack. You would have got a lot of situations where you would have got this. You would have got a lot of points for doing this situation. So right now we're going into the fourth quarter, the last quarter, and we are moving gradually. And I have more points than the team of the Atlanta Hawks. And this is a group effort for the Atlanta Hawks. They cannot make a shot. And they're having real issues finding who's going to be their main scorer on their team in this game. I was able to sit out for a couple minutes in the game, and you can see that, you know, they took off some time off of it. I sat probably down for like 9-10 minutes already so far, and I still was able to score this. I know that when I go into the settings and I'm able to just change my minutes per game on how much I need to actually score, or pause that, not score, how much minutes I can actually play, I can max it out to probably 40 if I really wanted to, so I don't have to come out the game. I never had the intentions of doing this, but it ended up being a record being broken, a record. So I need to show that I am still hitting accolades in other games, and I'm still continuously showing that my knowledge is actually going all over the place and actually being able to do this. So that's just one thing that I would like to let you guys know about. 2K has been very funny with me this year. It has been a rocky situation with finding players who have the same understanding of, like, you know what I mean, team basketball, understanding open basketball, and playing animations and knowing what animations can do and help you. It's been pretty challenging. But hopefully I'm going to be showing you guys more videos and more footage on this character, Shifu, Lucky Lin. And pretty much, you know what I mean, I really want to be able to show you guys more in general about 2K. But it's not the most funnest game to say that, like, in general, like, that I have on my own page. I like other games and stuff like that, and I do play other games. But please let me know, like, you know what I mean, for someone who you don't know that plays basketball games or sports games in general and was able to do this, what was your first take on this situation? That, like, you know how to play this game. Like, what was your understanding about, like, you know, seeing myself playing this game and seeing that I can actually play this game, like I actually know what I'm doing. Because for other people who are analysts and people who understand what it takes to be a certain way, you will understand that all my shots were pretty much a sharpshooter situation built, and someone would like a Kyle Culver or maybe who else? Novak, you know what I mean? Capono, you know what I mean? Shooters like that. Turkoglu, maybe like a Turkoglu. Like, what kind of shooter did I look like? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I always come down to situations where I have the ability to do what I gotta do, because this is the same representation on being on any type of court. And at the end of the day, it's like I'm trying to find players who I can play with that understand the value of open shots, because it means there's holes in defense and opportunities in players that you can actually explore, so you can actually be able to work around them and actually get something to move around and move throughout the offense, and continuously getting a good offensive balance. You know what I mean? Having balance. And there's certain cheesy things in there about the baseline and using slithery finisher, I can't even I can't even say it right now, but yeah, it's a certain badge that has a snake on it that gives you ability to get away from opponents and get away from, like, in general, defenders, so you can be able to move around defenses and whatnot, so without contact. And like, these badges don't even pop up. Like, I can't see nothing. And this is what I'm talking about. 2K is not a real completed game. It's broken. It's pretty broken. And pretty much I really exposed a lot of situations when it comes down to it at the end of the day. And majority of the games that I play, I kind of find gaps and holes in it. And I kind of realized that it's sad, because you want to make this game the best game. And, you know, 2K is doing this thing where they keep on waiting for time to be like, next year this, next year that. But this game is the only irrelevant game, and they still not fixing their bugs. But for the most part, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys really liked it. If I did not get a 99 overall rating on this performance, I don't know what will. My Gatorade, my Jordan endorsement, my Beats endorsement, my points earned in the game. I hope you like and subscribe and give me a thumbs up.